Hello.
Ahoy!
Welcome to the year 2020.
I know.
How crazy.
Does it feel different?
I feel older.
Yeah?
I am older.
You're older than yesterday?
Yeah. Same as will be tomorrow. How are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I'm very good.
Good. Glad to hear it. Nice Christmas.
Yeah, I loved it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I had lots of fun.
Good. I'm glad to hear
I've
it.
got-
Kids enjoy it?
Yeah, we've got so much stuff
I can imagine.
lying around everywhere.
Nice.
I want you to move house.
I'll come in and help you tidy up or something.
Yeah, okay. Come and play with the toys.
Ah, that's the best thing. Right, where do we start?
Well, we've got a couple of bits of news. And we've also got a bit of admin to do from last week's episode.
Yeah.
Do you want to do socials and our announcement?
I will do socials. So if you want to follow us on Twitter, please do it at BOTS_podcast. Instagram is the same at BOTS_podcast. Facebook.com/bottom of the stream. And the website is www.bottomofthestream.com, where you will find every season's stream table and all of our episodes that we've ever recorded.
Yeah, we forgot to introduce ourselves at the start, like we always do.
You're Nick and I'm Adam.
Yeah.
That's the end of that. Well done. You've got your podcast shorts back on.
I have, yeah.
Let's see. You got a little bit of stick on Twitter, I saw.
It's quite tropical today, though.
It is quite a nice day.
Compared to the last time we recorded,
That's true.
when it was absolutely unbearable. It's all right today.
Yeah, it's quite a nice day today.
A rare daytime record.
Yes. So let's talk about Patreon, shall we?
Let's.
So if you've noticed, if you follow us on Twitter or Instagram, you'll have noticed that we launched on Patreon on New Year's Day, and you can now follow the show on there and help support it and see where it goes, I think.
That's the idea, yeah.
Yeah. So check us out over at patreon.com/bottom of the stream. We've got loads of nice treats and rewards for you. Do you want to run through what we've got?
Yeah, so we've got 3 levels, haven't we?
Yeah, 3 tiers.
Shall I go first?
Yeah, if you want to.
Okay. So you can become a cabin boy.
Oh, on the stream boat.
On the bottom of the stream podcast boat. $2 a month.
That's not bad. That's like, what, a quid and a bit?
Yeah. So if you deem to join that level, then obviously we'll give you a few benefits. So we can give you some stickers, because we've got stickers coming out of our ears.
Yep, we have. We've got a lot of them.
Early access to episodes.
Yeah, if possible.
Yep.
Depending on how quick we record them and how quick
we'll
I can
try
edit
our
them.
very best. Exclusive episodes and content that you will only get through
Yeah, we've got a few ideas for
being
that
a
sort of
Patreon
thing so far.
We'll give you a personalised shout out.
Yes.
And then you'll also get a monthly newsletter written by our good selves.
Penned by yourself, because I'm not doing it. Yes, so for $2 a month you get all that. That's a bargain. That's a bargain, even if I do say so myself. But for $5 a month, join the crew on the steamboat as an able seaman. And you will get all of the above, what Nick just said, including the newsletter and the shout out and the stickers and the exclusive content. But you will also get a Christmas and birthday card from our good selves.
Very nice.
Which will be exclusively designed. And we've also had some phone wallpapers designed, which are incredible.
They're really awesome.
Ross has designed them. He's the guy who does all our artwork, and they're so good. I've got it as my background on my phone already. It's brilliant.
Yeah, Ross Cook, legend.
Yeah, absolute legend. So for $5 a month, you can get that, which is about, what, £3, £4?
I think so.
Yeah, bargain.
And then finally, if you want to pay $10 a month, you can be a first mate.
Yes.
And you can join us in the captain's quarters. And you get all of the items we've run through as part of the $2 and $5 tiers.
Yep.
But you will also get an exclusive poster at the end of each season.
Yep.
Which is exclusively designed, and it will show the stream table.
Yeah, it'll be the stream table at the end of each season. So we'll already have season 1 and almost season 2 by the time we get anybody on here, I think.
Not far off.
Not far off. I better get designing.
But
this is the big one.
Most importantly,
this is the big one.
We will give you your own wild card.
Wow.
So we'll give you access to the long list of movies that we take our randomizer from every week. And once a season, you will be able to pick a movie for us to review.
And we'll do it in our next episode.
We sure will.
That's big. I've already used my wild card for this season. You've still got yours left.
I have. It's in my back pocket, just in case.
Back pocket. So yeah, you'll get one of them, and it's only me and you that have got them so far.
Yep.
So you'll be in an exclusive list. So that's $10 a month, which is about what, £8?
Yeah.
That's a bargain. Please, obviously you're still going to get the episode every week. It's still always going to be free, but that's just some extra content. So don't feel like you have to join.
It's just a cheeky bonus.
Just a cheeky little bonus, and it help us upgrade our kit. And so all the money that we get will go straight back into the show. We'll be upgrading kit and new gear and stuff. And we just want you on board. We want to service you all.
Indeed.
That sounds wrong.
A fantastic choice of words, as always.
Thank you.
Not an able seaman for nothing.
Yeah, so check it out at patreon.com/bottomofthestream. And check it out and see what you think.
Yeah, we'll stick all the links up on Twitter, etc.
Yeah, we'll be all over it on Twitter. All over it. We probably
Instagram
already
and all those things.
Yeah, I'll draw some pictures for Instagram.
Amazing.
Wicked.
Good.
Excellent. Anything else we need to talk about?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
we got some Netflix news.
Yeah, do you want to do that first?
Yeah.
That's cool. So, yes, Netflix have just released, in the last couple of days, some charts of their most popular releases in 2019.
Oh, the top of the stream.
Yeah. Far, far from where we dwell.
Definitely.
But, yeah, there's some quite interesting things in there. So, I've
run through it.
What should we look at first?
Starting in the UK, I would have thought.
Yeah, but, so I've got the most popular releases, regardless of whether it's a movie or a documentary or a TV show. So do you want them?
Yeah, go for it.
So I've got the top 10. Do you want the top 10?
Yep.
See how many of these have you seen? So the 10 most popular things on Netflix in 2019.
Okay.
Number 10, Conversations with a Killer, the Ted Bundy tapes.
I watched the first one of those, but didn't really find it that interesting.
Okay, so that's a documentary.
Yes.
Is it just like his interviews with the police?
Yeah, he did some interviews with a journalist, I think, and it's them.
No, I've not seen those. No. Number 9 was Sex Education.
Watch that, brilliant show.
Really good.
Great show.
Really Series 2's coming this
very
month.
Soon. Very soon.
Couple of weeks, I think. That was great.
Yeah, Gillian Anderson and Asa Butterfield.
Yeah, really funny.
Great show.
Number 8 was Our Planet.
Didn't watch that in the end. Was that the Attenborough one?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I didn't watch
David,
that.
Not Richard.
I put one episode on when I got my new TV up on the wall, just to see what it looked like. Because they're always the best, aren't they?
Yeah.
Nature shows and
going around in the ocean and stuff.
Yeah.
Number 7 was Stranger Things 3.
Yeah, watch that.
I'm quite surprised it was that low.
Yeah, I was surprised. I would have thought that would be much higher than that.
I really liked season 3.
Yeah, I did as well. So it was
a bit better than season 2. Number 6 was Afterlife, which was Ricky Gervais's.
Oh yeah. I did watch that
sitcom.
Yeah, it was all right. I think that's coming back for a second season as well.
Yeah, I think it is. It was quite sweet.
Yeah, it was.
Bittersweet.
Yeah,
it was good.
Some really funny moments in it.
Number 5 is The Irishman.
Yeah, I've still not seen that.
Me neither.
That's surprisingly low as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's hotly tipped for all award season coming
up
shortly. I will get around to watching it.
Yeah, I will as well. Even these 2 weeks I've had off work, I've still not had a chance to watch it.
Number 4, The Witcher.
I watched the first episode. That thought it was boring. Gave up on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've not heard great things.
No.
Because I was quite interested in watching that.
Yeah, I was as well, but I've always said a pilot episode's got to be the best episode because that's the one that's got to drag you in, and it just didn't.
What, was it just slow?
Yeah, I thought so.
I think I'll still give it a go, but
yeah, maybe.
Number 3 was Murder Mystery, which is the Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston movie.
Didn't watch that. It's got Adam Sandler in it.
I've seen it. It's fine.
Was it?
Yeah, but it's just an Adam Sandler film.
Not for me.
It's no.
Don't like him.
Just is.
Don't like him. Move on.
Number 2 is Six Underground.
I've not seen that yet either.
Well, apparently
I do intend to watch that.
Absolute balls.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And it's at number 2. It only came out like a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, it's Michael Bay, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the highest budgeted film ever on Netflix.
Yeah.
Wow.
I will watch it.
I will watch it at some point.
So I want to know if it's as bad as everyone has hinted at. Number 1 in the UK is a documentary series, The Disappearance of Madeleine McCann.
No, I didn't watch that either.
No, me neither.
No. That's surprisingly high.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought that would be number 1. But I wouldn't have thought Six Underground would have got that quick, that high up that quickly.
No, that is, isn't it? That is fast.
A lot more than Stranger Things. That's
yeah.
Mad. The Crown.
No, that is surprising.
That is really surprising. Not in the top 10.
Yeah.
Blimey.
Because that's had
everybody.
That's been out about 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And everyone's always talking about everyone. Who's everyone? But it is widely talked about.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to watch that. That might be my next show. I finished You season 2 last night.
Oh yeah,
that's good. That's a good show. It's about a stalker. It's a bit Dextery.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've heard it's good. I've not.
The second series was a lot more Dextery than the first season was.
So The Crown isn't even in the 10 most popular series of 2019.
Really? That is really surprising. I'm very surprised by that.
You was number 6.
Wow. It's good. It's worth watching if you get a chance. Both seasons are quite good.
Interesting.
Good. Watched anything else over Christmas, New Year?
I don't think we have really. No, not on Netflix anyway.
I binged the whole of season 2 of You, and that took me most of my time.
Too much TV, to be honest.
No.
There
wasn't a lot on over Christmas, was there?
In all
balls.
All the sort of family get-togethers and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I did watch Paddington 2.
Did you?
Because that was on TV, which I talked about in our Christmas
Day episode.
Christmas Day episode with our friends from Grief Burrito.
Yeah. Talking of our recent episodes, we've had a bit of a we've been called.
Yeah,
we're losing Miracle Mile in the week that we released the episode was really bad times.
Yeah, so last week our episode was Miracle Mile.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed doing that episode.
I did as well. It was a great episode.
I know I really enjoyed that movie, and it came out last week on the Monday.
Yeah,
and by Wednesday
it was gone.
So New Year's Day.
Yeah,
that went.
It did.
It went off Netflix.
It went off Netflix, which is a real shame. And it's one of the things that we've feared the most at doing this since we started doing this podcast, that we would lose episodes during the week, and it's now finally happened. So it's not good. But then we also lost Christmas Break In.
Yeah, but that's to be expected.
Yeah, I suppose you
seasonal
lose all your Christmas films.
That will be back. That will come back
next Christmas, definitely.
Without a doubt.
But also we lost Murder Party.
I know.
Which I remember that film with affection. I remember not enjoying it at the time, but it's one of my favourite episodes that we've done. And so
from series what? From our first season.
Yeah. It's one of my favourite episodes that we've ever recorded, and
it's one of the oddest films we've seen.
Probably the oddest film we've seen. So I think because I remember the episode so fondly, it makes me think of the film. I feel protective over it, and now it's gone.
It is pretty much the lowest budget. It's basically a student film.
Yeah, it was definitely the lowest budget film on Netflix
that we've sort of looked at in this show.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
so it's a shame that we've lost that one. We've lost quite a lot from season 1 now. We should probably go through and make a note.
Yeah. Be something for the newsletter, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. That's a good idea. Keep track. Excellent. We got anything else to talk about?
I think that's me done.
I think that's me done too. Shall we talk about the resort?
Let's do it.
Okay, so this week we watched a film called The Resort, which is from 2015. It is a 15. It is 1 hour and 33 minutes long and currently rated at 5.3 out of 10 on IMDb. It's not bad. Middling. Stars Dougray Scott as a guy called Archer, who you will know from Deep Impact.
Was he?
Yeah, I
don't know if I've seen Deep Impact.
Yeah, you will have.
I don't think I have.
Is that the one with Elijah Wood?
Yeah. It's the one that came out at the same time as Armageddon. You know, when films do that thing where... Like there was 2 volcano films at the same time.
Yeah.
There's 2 asteroid films at the same time.
Yeah, well, he's in that. He's also in Mission Impossible 2.
Yeah, I remember him from that.
He's in Ripley's Game, which is a great little film.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
Yes, I have, yeah.
Ray Winston and John Malkovich. Yeah. I couldn't really find anything else out about him. He seems like he's really famous, but he's not.
He's Scottish, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so. With a name like Dougray, he's got to be Scottish, haven't you?
Well, I was more thinking his surname being Scott.
Fair play. Also stars a lady called Jessica de Gouw. Going to Gouw.
Okay.
There's a character called Melanie. Didn't really find a lot out about her. A guy called Martin McCann, who played Lewis. And Claire Goose is in it.
Yeah.
Which is really weird.
That will mean nothing to
it won't
anyone
mean
else.
Anything.
I didn't really know who she was. I recognised her face.
She's been in loads of...
and I think my wife said she was from Casualty.
She's been in Casualty, Waking the Dead, The Bill. She was in all those
so these are
hospital
all
police dramas.
Long-running, soapy...
Yeah. Drama.
Police/hospital dramas over here.
Saturday night, Sunday night TV.
Yeah.
Casualty's been on forever.
Yeah.
Probably like 30 TVs
years.
were invented. Yeah. Directed by a guy called Steve Baker, who is a British guy and seems to enjoy Nazi zombies.
Does he?
He's only made 2 films before. He made a film called Outpost. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's about Nazi zombies.
Right.
And then he made the sequel, which is called Outpost Black Sun, which is also about Nazi zombies.
Okay.
So he's got a thing for zombies. So it's definite. Yeah, but other than that, I couldn't really find out a lot about him either. So it's pretty... Apart from Dougray Scott, everybody's pretty minimal in this. There's not a lot of famous faces in it.
Yeah.
And he's not the main character.
No, he's more than a cameo.
Yeah, definitely.
But he's a supporting role.
Definitely.
I think it's fair to say.
Yes. Do you have a one-word review of The Resort?
Dusty.
Dusty?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so should we get into it?
Yes.
Cool. So what do we start with?
Found footage.
Yes.
But the found footage is of a news reporter.
Yes.
And then we go straight into the news report.
We love being told stories by news reporters on this podcast. It happens a lot.
And we literally watched the whole news report.
Yeah. From start to finish.
It's like 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
There's a heavy exposition dump right at the start of this movie.
It basically tells you exactly it tells you what's going to happen because you hear about it's basically the news report's set at the end of the film, isn't it?
Yes.
And then it goes 10 days earlier.
Yeah, so this news report is basically describing that there has been an incident.
Yeah, so basically the world that we're in is a world that is post-zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, there's been a war between humans and zombies, which the humans won.
Yeah, and it's been 7 years since the last outbreak, I think they say.
Yeah, but there was like, what did you say, 2 billion people died?
Yeah, something like that. It's a bit like The Cured. That was post-zombies, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We've had a lot of... This is our second post-zombie apocalypse film.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so basically the news report's saying that this island resort has been built where you can now go and build and shoot at zombies.
Yeah, so they're basically penned in on this island, and for a large amount of money, the rich can go and shoot up some
I think it was
zombies.
Mallorca.
Did they specifically
say I
don't
don't think
that?
they specifically said, but I think that was implied at one point that it was Mallorca.
Because the castle they went to was definitely in Mallorca.
Yeah.
Because I recognised it from a different TV show.
Oh, really?
Did you ever watch The Night Manager a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
So it was like Hugh Laurie's lair.
Yeah.
And that was the same place.
Then that was Mallorca, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I think it was the island. Footage of the island itself off in the distance was Future Ventura.
Yeah, I've been there.
But yeah, I've never been there, but I've been to most of the others. But I'm pretty sure the film is set in Mallorca.
Yeah.
So we're going with that. And basically, all these zombies have been penned in on this island, and people can now pay to go there and shoot them.
Yeah.
It's a bit like Jurassic Park. Just go and watch it, look at the
exactly.
things. But the news reporter says that there's been some sort of outbreak there. It's all gone. Something's gone wrong on the resort, and yeah, that's basically.
Yeah, she calls it an incident several times.
Yeah, she does.
But it's unconfirmed. And then just as they're closing the news report, a load of jets fly overhead.
Yes.
Heading towards the island.
Yeah, and that's the end.
And they sort of, oh, look, confirmation, something's going on.
Yeah.
And then
you shoot straight into the title card.
Yeah.
The resort.
10 days earlier.
10 days earlier comes up on the screen, which
Yeah.
I've never a fan of, but it happened. It's sometimes the easiest way to do it, isn't it? And we meet our main character at this point, who is called Melanie.
Yep.
Mel, and she's considering going to the resort to get over some bad memories.
Yeah, I've just put, there's a sad woman.
There's a sad woman. She did look sad at the beginning. Yeah, so
she's doing some acting.
Basically, I think her therapist is trying to get her to go there to try release some aggression, kind of.
She's watching like some home video, isn't she?
Yeah.
Whether it says, I don't know if it's her father.
It's her father, yeah. She says that later on.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
And he's basically sent her back in the war between humans and zombies.
Yeah.
He sent her a video message.
Yeah.
Basically saying, goodbye, I'm about to die. This zombie's going to eat my face off.
Yeah.
And she can't get over that. So she's considering going to the resort, like you say, to kill some zombies to try and
work out some aggression.
Yeah, square everything in her head and hopefully move forward.
Yeah, and she's with her husband. I think they're married, aren't they?
No, fiance.
Fiance.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's called Lewis.
Yeah.
And pretty much they go there straight away. The next scene is in the departure lounge.
Yes.
So it's like it's not an airport, is it? Because do they go on a boat?
No, so they're kind of in reception, aren't they?
Yeah,
but it's like
a meeting place.
Yeah, but they're not on the main island.
No, not yet.
Yeah, but it's where everyone who's on this trip is meeting, and then they're getting shipped over to the resort itself.
Yeah, absolutely. So we meet like a cast of disposable characters at this point, don't we?
Really quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. They get like 30 seconds in front of the camera each, don't they?
A couple of stoner boys, a businessman, a lady who's been left by her husband.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. And then they get on the boat, and they're on this speedboat over to the island or the resort. And when they get there, they all get loaded into these like 4x4s.
Which are exactly like the Jeeps in Jurassic Park.
This film is just a remake of Jurassic Park.
Also, you'll have picked this up if you've seen the poster or any of our social media, but I do feel I have to put out Resort is spelt with a Z.
Yeah, because zombie film.
Yeah.
Because the Resort with an S sounds like a chick flick, but the Resort with a Z sounds like a zombie film. This is where we first meet Dougray Scott as well. His character turns up, who is Archer, and he's on his own. He's got his own guns.
Yeah, he's just moodily sipping some whiskey and then he unloads a load of yeah, definitely. And then he's unloading a load of weaponry, isn't he?
Yeah,
of his own.
Yeah, so they head to the hotel on the island where they're all going to stay, and then they head over to orientation.
Yeah.
So this is where they have their safety briefings and
just shoot some guns.
Yeah, it's a firing zone. It's a firing range, isn't it? It's just a shooting range.
And then. But nothing really happens apart from there's this really weird bit where like Mel is trying to shoot some guns.
Yeah.
And then there's like a strange sexy thing with Lewis where he's like sidles up behind her.
Yeah.
And starts talking about like pointing the barrel and it's all a bit
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very shoehorned in.
Yeah. It's like they're trying to establish their relationship, but too late into the film.
But they've got no chemistry right at the start.
No, they haven't. They don't have a lot of chemistry all the way through.
No.
But yeah, and they just shoot some guns. They're firing at paper cutout zombies, aren't they?
Yeah.
Just to see how good they are, I guess. And there's two, like, I don't say stoner boys, but they're like...
gamers.
Yeah, they're like proper... They're only supposed to be 16, but they're both looked at like mid-30s.
I have issues with that, yep.
Yeah. Yeah, they're basically just there to shoot the shit out of everything that they can come across. And then they go to the welcome party. Yeah. There's an evening, there's a
basically a piss-up the night before they get started.
Yeah. Where they meet Valerie, who is in charge.
Yep.
She's like the big boss woman. This is Claire Goose's character. And she kind of does a speech, and it's basically just introducing people to the concept and trying to fire them up a little bit, isn't she? She's
basically, yeah. She gives this like rah-rah speech, basically, of just go out there and shoot
the survivors,
stuff and
with a better...
have fun and spend your money. And
she says every apocalypse deserves an after party.
Yeah.
Which is a bit weird.
It's like, this is a public service we're providing.
Yeah, she's very keen on what she's up to.
But they bring out a zombie sort of chained up behind her.
Yeah.
And it is quite creepy. So the actual makeup and stuff on the zombies was pretty good.
Yeah, it was, to be fair.
Better than I expected.
Yeah, they were very Walking Dead type zombies.
Yeah. And she keeps the zombie at arm's length, and it keeps going for her. I was sure she was going to turn around and
shoot it.
Yeah,
I did as
well.
well.
It never happened.
But she just like face to face with it, didn't she?
Yeah.
But while all this is going on, we see a lady break into the control room.
Yeah, so this is one of our other main characters called Sadie.
Yes.
So she's the lady who was jilted by her fiance.
Yeah.
And she sneaks away from the rest of the party.
Very easily gets into a control room.
Yeah.
There's no security there at all.
No. She knows exactly where to go.
Yeah, and exactly what to do. She puts in some sort of like memory stick into the system, and that's the last we see of it for a while.
She types in a password which she has written on her hand.
Oh yeah, she does.
It's not the most...
It's not the most
ingenious bit of hacking, but there you go.
But
Archer sort of notices her go in and out of this little room.
Yeah, and kind of the next morning then, I think we get to, don't we? And one of the tech guys finds some corrupted files on the computer.
Well, I thought this was now going to kick off. We're going to get some scenes. This party's going to
go
they
crazy.
Might kill some zombies and stuff.
Yeah.
No.
Just next
morning
morning.
after.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nothing happens at that party. So the next morning, one of the tech guys, I didn't catch his name.
I don't know. I'll just call him Nerd.
Nerd one. He finds some corrupted files on his system, but they choose to ignore it until later that day.
Yeah.
Because it's all everybody's about to go off into the island and they've not got time to sort it out. So they load up into a bunch more 4x4s, different 4x4s.
Yeah.
So these ones are white with a Z on the side.
So our protagonists who are in this Jeep are the two gamers.
Yeah.
Archer, who's Dougray Scott's character.
Yeah.
Sadie, we've just seen sneak away and do this hacking.
Yeah.
And then you've got Mel and her fiance Lewis.
Yes.
And they are led by a guide.
Yes.
As well.
Who was called Nevins.
Yeah.
But just as they're leaving, the doors start to malfunction briefly. That's supposed to lock behind them.
Yeah, the system sort of throws a bit of a wobbly.
Weird, but they get it back under control.
Well, kind of. The tech guys literally just bang the side of them on it.
Yeah, and they close. And then we meet up with another group for a little while, don't we? Who are like yuppie businessmen, kind of.
Yeah, it's just background. These are background characters. So there's
a
rich, obnoxious American businessman.
Yeah.
And some rich, obnoxious Chinese businessmen.
Yeah. And they've got their own guide and a different thing, but they're on like a shooting range. They're not out in the real world shooting zombies. These are all like chained up to, like in a shooting range where they pop up out of windows.
Yeah,
and it's that sort.
Where the duck could pop up or the little target.
Yeah,
they've sort of chained the zombies to hinges on sort of doors, so they'll flip round into the window and things like that.
Yeah. And we just get a few little funny scenes of them shooting at zombies and
just sort of rage shooting with these
being crazy
massive guns. Yeah, clearly compensated for something.
And then we get back to our main group who we're with, and they've come across a huge group of zombies on the island, and they're looking kind of down at it off like a rock face.
Yeah, they've parked up on this sort of cliff top. They've got a high ground, haven't they?
Yeah,
and there's a lot of zombies.
Yeah, in The Walking Dead, this would be a
them.
Horde. This is like a lot of zombies.
And Mel sort of says, "Oh, I didn't expect there to be so many."
Yeah.
There's hundreds below them.
Probably thousands, yeah, there's a lot. And the two gamer guys, they just kind of get their guns and they start raining fire down on them.
Yeah.
And completely miss absolutely everything.
They're spraying bullets, but they're no good.
No. I thought these two were going to be really irritating. all the way through this, but they're kind of endearing and towards the end. And
really? No, I found them pretty irritating.
Really? Even the guy who survives the longest? Oh, I thought he was quite good towards the end. Yeah. Okay, we'll get to that. And so Mel's got one in her sights, and she's got like a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
And she puts a lady zombie in her sights, but it makes eye contact with her. And so she bottles it. She can't shoot it.
No.
Because she doesn't want to. But Archer manages to take it out with a sniper.
Yeah, and then he disposes of sort of 5 or 6 of them really quick.
Yeah, one shots, like headshots, loads of them.
And Lewis kills a couple as well.
Yeah. Where do we get to now?
The nerds are back in the control room, still trying to fix the issues with the computers.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
Not really having much luck.
And yeah, so then our group of guys head to a campsite at that point, I think.
Yeah.
So they're going to stay out on the island overnight. They've got to be safe because they're not just going to let them sleep out with a load of zombies walking around. They're in like a safe zone. In tents.
It wasn't that intense. Oh, they're in tents.
Yeah. That's when it's revealed that the 2 gamer guys are 16. And it was
because they tried to hit on Sadie.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Because they look at least 25. Maybe even older.
I think you're being generous. Yeah,
maybe even older than that.
It's not subtle, this film, is it?
Not at all.
And all the way through this, like, Dougray Scott's doing some acting in inverted commas because he keeps like looking at Sadie.
Yeah. As if like
I know you're up to something.
But he never says anything.
No. So it just looks a bit like creepy.
If
you miss that first bit,
yeah,
it
would be.
What is this dude all about? He's just eyeing up this younger lady.
He doesn't do a lot in the whole film. He's not like acting very often, is he? He's just wandering around moodily.
Yeah.
But then back with the nerd guys, and the whole system goes down.
Yeah, so it crashes, then recovers, then crashes again.
Yeah, and so the zombies are free everywhere on the whole island's now. All the fences are down, all the gates have opened, all the locks have undone on the necks and stuff.
Well, this is one of my favourite bits in this film was when that annoying rich American businessman from the sort of minor characters Jeep.
Yeah,
he's taking a piss.
Yes,
in the shooting range, and he's literally pissing up one of the zombies.
Yeah,
that's tied up in the shooting range, and its cuffs unlock.
Yeah.
But then because the systems recover, they lock back up again.
Yeah.
I quite like that.
Yeah, it was a nice little touch.
Oh, he's going to get rid... Oh, no, he's all right.
Yeah,
so that was probably one of the high points of this for me.
But then it all kicks off.
Yes. Because the systems do go down.
Yeah,
properly.
The systems go completely down. And zombies first, they get into like the hotel area, don't they? The resort area.
Yeah, they're quite clever zombies, aren't they?
Yeah, they can open doors and that sort of thing.
But as the systems are failing...
Yeah.
They notice that the alarms are on.
Yeah.
And they notice straight away that the locks
they've certainly got some sort
of shot back, don't they?
Yeah, they've got some sort of compass mentis to them, haven't they?
They're not just rambling, mindless zombies.
No, they don't seem
quite
to
clever. Which works quite well for some of these situations.
Yeah, definitely. The first guy to go is the guy in the control room, the tech guy.
Yeah.
Because the zombies get into the control room straight away.
Yeah, very easily.
Very easily. And so there's a lot of people being bitten and people being chased and killed. Valerie is in there as well. She manages to lock herself in her office.
But I like this as well because as she's running to her so the zombies run into the control room, Valerie starts to make a move to her office, but the zombie who has come into the control room is one of the same zombie who they bought out poolside.
Yeah, it was like it was trying to chase her down, wasn't it?
And it recognised her and screamed at her.
Yeah, that was horrible, that scream.
So it had targeted her.
Yeah, it knew she was the one it wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Example of them being quite clever.
Yeah.
But she makes it into her office, doesn't she?
Yeah. And just as she gets in, there's a message comes up on the screen that says Brimstone Protocol activated.
Yeah.
And there's a certain time left at that point.
Yeah. And all this is all intercut with the zombies sort of invading by the pool area. Yeah, they're taking out everyone who's sort of sitting enjoying a drink and whatever.
Yeah. Which is obviously not good for our guys who are in the tents.
No.
But they have no clue what's going on. They've no idea what's happening. And Melanie and Sadie have a bit of a bonding session because they're keeping guard overnight, aren't they?
Yeah.
And so Melanie gets up and speaks. They just have a bit of a chat, don't they? Girl on girl action.
It's not that kind of movie.
It's not that kind of movie.
Let's just had a bit of a boring talk.
Yeah, a bit of a chat. Melanie tells her about her dad. That's the point where you find out that was her dad in the video. And then all of a sudden they see a zombie.
Yeah, sort of. This one is a slow one.
Yeah,
because they are all different speeds.
Yeah,
there are some fast ones later on, but this one is just sort of.
They mentioned that at one point. I'm not sure when it is, but they mentioned that because they're all been on the island since the outbreak, they're like not fresh.
Okay.
So they're like older zombies.
Oh, I see.
Which is why the ones later on are faster, because they're more fresher.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that idea. Yeah, so Sadie gets it in her sights, but she can't shoot it. All the women are unable to shoot guns in this film.
Yeah, so I'm not really a fan of that. I think Sadie and Mel, who are normally the two female leads, they're not portrayed well in that.
No, probably not.
They need rescuing all the time.
All the time, yeah.
And yeah, I didn't like that.
So she can't shoot it, and Archer just does out of nowhere. Just comes up with his big rifle, shoots it in the head.
Yeah, so Nevin's the guide, gets up on top of the Jeep, and he sort of repoints the spotlights that are on top, and it turns out they're pretty much surrounded.
Yeah, there's loads of them. So the girls run off and hide.
Yeah.
And all the boys come out.
Of course they do.
Yeah. Even the two young lads come out with their guns, and Nevin's got his, and Archer's got his, and Lewis has got his, but the two girls just run off and hide.
Yeah.
I didn't even like that. And I knew you'd pick up on it. But while they're hiding, Archer asks Mel to get him another magazine.
Yeah.
Or he shouts magazine at her. So she runs off to get one, and she gets attacked while she's getting it.
Hands him a copy of Heat.
And so she gets attacked, so Sadie ends up saving her. And eventually they all end up on the roof of the truck.
Yeah. They're getting this firefight, basically.
Yeah.
But Archer doesn't. He's too cool to get on the roof of the truck.
Get on the roof.
So he's just standing there picking off zombies.
Because he's the only one that's actually a decent shot. But one of the gamer boys gets killed at this point.
Yeah, it's the black guy, isn't it?
Yeah. Always first.
Which, again, I felt quite...
Yeah.
It's like, really, in this day and age, you've killed the black guy first.
Yeah. It's like a movie trope, isn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't catch his name. Was it Isaac?
Alfie.
I don't know where I got Isaac from.
Not sure. But eventually, they lose Alfie, but they
clear the whole area. They
defeat the rest of the herd.
And we get to the next morning, and the van won't start.
I didn't understand that either.
Nope, not me.
Because they tried to start it at night, hadn't they? I think.
Yeah.
Why isn't... So everything's down, but the Jeep won't start?
Maybe it's like the Jurassic Park Jeep, so they're on a...
Convenient.
They're on a track like the Jurassic Park ones were.
I don't think so.
Anyway, it won't, anyway. And that's where the guide realises that the Brimstone Protocol's been activated, Nevin. And he explains to them that means that in a few hours, the island will be levelled. Basically, that's what they do. If any area gets overrun by zombies now, the government just take the whole thing out.
Yeah.
And so he says they've got a limited amount of time now, and they need to come up with a plan, which they do. They realise they can get back to the dock area, but they have to go off-road. They have to take the quickest route from point A to point B.
I was a bit confused at this point. I might have just missed it. I know their plan was to get to the docks.
Yeah.
Did someone mention about specifically a boat was coming to collect people?
Maybe.
Like before Brimstone got out?
Don't think so.
Oh, maybe.
I might be wrong.
Maybe I made that up. Oh, good, because I didn't think that made any sense.
But they need to get back to the docks. That's that's their ultimate goal. That's what they're trying to do now for the rest of this film. And then it comes up on the screen, 4 hours and 50 minutes till Brimstone.
Yeah.
And then, so they're all following Archer through the forest. So this bit made me laugh quite a bit. They're all following him through like the jungle-y area. It's not a jungle. What is it? Forest, wooded area?
Yeah.
Wasteland.
It's a very well marked wooded.
Yeah.
We're not talking like they're going through having to
it's not
machete their way through.
No, they're just walking through a woodland path.
They're on a footpath.
Yeah.
In a nice wood.
And Lewis goes up to Archer and says, "Who made you the leader?" And he says, "You, when you started following me." I thought that was quite funny. I like that.
These characters are bad though.
Yeah.
That Lewis character particularly,
he was awful.
Who's Mel's fiance, is probably the worst of a bad bunch.
Like an ex-soldier, wasn't he? And he was exactly how you would imagine an ex-soldier to act. He was not.
But so just lazy and badly written and badly acted.
Agreed. Yeah, he was probably the worst one out of all of them.
Yeah.
At this point, one of them gets attacked by the other guide. So the guide that we met earlier on. This is Jack now, isn't it? Who's the other gamer guy.
Yeah, so this is the guide who worked for the resort who was taking the rich businessman round.
Yeah.
He suddenly jumps out of the woods.
Yeah. Out of nowhere. He's a zombie.
And attacks Nevins.
Yeah. No, he attacks Jack,
does he?
And then Nevins kills him.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah. So they sort of avoid that hazard.
Yeah.
And then they walk a bit further down this lovely path. And there's a gate.
Yeah.
Like a checkpoint.
Yeah.
And a Jeep, presumably the Jeep from the other party, has sort of rammed.
It is the Jeep from the other party.
Part way through this gate.
Yeah, so they've got to try and climb through.
There's a very small gap between the Jeep and where this fence has peeled back.
Yeah.
So they can only get through one at a time, very, very slowly.
Yeah.
Just to try and ratchet up some tension. And suddenly zombies start pissing out the woods.
Yeah. So the girls go through first.
Yeah.
Sadie goes through first, followed by Mel. But just as Mel's going through, one of the businessmen from earlier is a zombie. He pokes his head out the window.
That's right, yeah.
And tries to attack Mel. So Sadie shoots it. Sadie gets a kill. I think it's the first one.
I think it is, yeah.
And they eventually all get through, but Nevin stands too close to the fence and gets bitten in the neck.
What a plum.
Yeah. So Mel kind of goes to him, tells him everything's going to be okay. And just as she says that, Archie blows his head off. No, Lewis blows his head off.
Yeah, Lewis did it. Her boyfriend.
Yeah, didn't go down very well.
No, I think the wedding's off at that
point. He
wasn't
even dead. He was going to die and he was going to turn, so it did have to happen, but it didn't necessarily have to happen then.
Yeah, the wedding's definitely off by that point.
Yeah.
Her reaction to that.
And then we get another message on the screen saying 2 hours and 20 to Brimstone.
Yeah.
This film's definitely not in real time.
It's definitely not.
It's like 2.5 hours have passed just for them to climb through that fence. And this is where Archie reveals the truth.
Oh no, he just randomly outs Sadie.
Yeah, just out of nowhere.
They've got through this gate and then he's like, you're
that girl from the other night.
I saw you go into that room. He didn't watch what she did.
No, all he knows is that she went in the control room and came back out again. But he's just...
And he literally goes... I don't know, obviously he might have the suspicion, but somehow he's put it all together in his head.
He's jumped to this conclusion.
Is all your fault.
He's absolutely right. He's jumped to this conclusion out of nowhere.
But in reality, there's no way he could...
No, there's no way he could have known. Not at all.
That's stupid.
She explains that she didn't really know what she was doing. So
she's not a hacker?
She's not a hacker. She's just been hired to do it.
Hence her having the stuff written on her hand
and stuff.
So she's basically a zombie rights activist.
Yeah.
And she had this memory stick, and what she was doing was downloading files from their system.
Yeah, that's what she thought she was doing.
Evidence to take back.
Yeah.
So she was completely unaware that by doing this, she uploaded some kind of virus to the system.
She didn't have any clue that that's what she was doing, but that is what she was doing. And then they get to like this overgrown town. It's got a comms tower.
Yeah, they're heading for this comms tower, aren't they?
And so they get there, where there are lots of zombies. There's bodies everywhere.
Yeah.
Like dead people, but there's a lot of zombies walking around. And I didn't catch how, but somehow Jack and Sadie get separated.
They're all trying to cross this courtyard.
Right.
And again, they go sort of one by one.
Yeah.
And Jack and Sadie, so that's our activist and one of the remaining gamer guy.
Yeah.
They're the last two to go.
Right.
But before they can cross, another herd of zombies sort of comes pouring in.
Yeah.
Archer does a load of army secret signals, which they understand straight away.
Just out of nowhere.
Basically they were trying to loop round and meet them the other side of the building.
Yeah. And they almost make it.
Nearly.
But unfortunately Sadie, in one of the kerfuffles, gets bitten on the arm.
Yeah, so they're back in that shooting range from earlier, aren't they?
Yeah.
Where the zombies are tied to doors and stuff like that.
Yeah, and they have to kind of sneak past one, don't
they?
Because that one's still tied up.
Yeah.
Even though all the locks are...
Yeah, I didn't get that.
No, I didn't get that either.
Very convenient for the plot.
Plot point. And she gets bitten on the arm, and so she kind of sacrifices herself.
Yeah, well, she gets bitten while sort of trying to push Jack through. Yeah. So she basically saves him.
She saves him to sacrifice herself to save him.
And then she gets engulfed by the herd as he runs off.
Yeah, they just take her down, don't they?
But she passes him the stick.
Yeah.
With the whatever she's downloaded.
Yeah. And he manages to get back to Mel, Lewis and Archer, doesn't he? But he's running at like as fast as he possibly can whilst being chased by these zombies. He's running so fast that he dives through the gate and runs straight into the wall.
Yeah.
Did you know? I thought that was really funny. He just hit the wall. And then it comes up on the screen, 55 minutes to Brimstone.
Yep.
So we're flying through this timeline. So they're all back together now. Jack, Mel, Lewis and Archer. These are our remaining 4. And they open this door in this room, and there's a really, really dark like corridor behind it. Proper dark.
It's pitch black.
It's pitch black.
Can't see anything.
And I think Jack says, are we really going into the dark room?
Until they're in there. And suddenly it's all quite well lit.
Then you can see.
There's no light source whatsoever.
No.
But Mel was able to sort of, oh look, I've got blood on my fingers from the bottom of my shoes. We're walking through like sticky stuff. And you can clearly see the colour. I know it's a silly thing, but you've just told me this is a pitch dark thing we're going into.
Yeah.
And I can see everything perfectly.
Yeah.
I'm not asking for too much, you know.
Yeah. It was like in Christmas Break-In the other week when that guy was running around the dark school.
Yeah.
It wasn't dark at all. But then they find this really weird, like, cattle run kind of area. It's like a maze of wire fences. And they kind of make their way through it.
It was like, you know, in that very last episode of Friends where they go to the airport.
Yeah.
Ross and Phoebe.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
And Phoebe runs past the
queue.
The ribbon safety barrier queue. And Ross goes in and goes all the way around it. That's what happened.
That's exactly what happened.
And they were running through these cages.
Yeah,
because the cages started rattling.
Yeah, they did.
Which was quite creepy.
Yeah.
So you knew that they were being pursued.
Yeah. And then they find this even weirder bit where the walls are hot.
Yeah, they're in an oven.
Yeah,
they're surrounded by heating elements.
Heating elements. I thought it was electric at first, but it wasn't. It was just heat, wasn't it? That was really weird. And then all of a sudden, Jack gets bitten by a zombie that comes out of nowhere.
There's a ceiling zombie.
It was a ceiling zombie.
Yeah.
It just came out of nowhere.
So this part of the ceiling falls in.
Yeah.
And there's zombies on a chain.
Yeah. Because why not?
Yeah. And it takes a chunk out of Jack.
Yeah, and he gets bitten. And I was quite sad at that point because I'd kind of grown on it. He'd grown on me a little bit.
I thought he was annoying as fuck.
I thought he was going to be annoying, but he grew on me a little bit. I didn't think he was as bad as I was expecting him to be.
I was quite happy that he went.
Fair enough.
To be honest. But Archer puts him down, finishes him off.
Archie kind of shoots him in the head.
Yeah.
So we're down to 3. We're down to Mel, Lewis and Archer.
Yeah, so they bust out sort of from this oven type place.
Yeah.
Through another door. And they're in a refugee camp all of a sudden.
It's just...
Which was referenced in a news report at the start.
It was at the beginning, yeah, because the island is also like a refugee detainment area.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, there's part of, on the beach, they talk about how there's this camp, growing refugee camp near the resort. And this was probably the best bit in the film.
Yeah.
There's a really good idea here, which probably could have been a film on its own.
Yeah.
And what's the twist?
The twist is that the people who run the resort are taking these refugees and making them into zombies.
Yeah.
And they're aging them by making them run through this heated room and this cattle run. And that's what's making them feel like they're older zombies than they actually are. I did think that was a really clever idea.
Yeah.
It's because they don't want these fresh zombies because they're too difficult to kill. So they need aged zombies, and that's what's aging them.
So they've got this production line.
Yeah.
Of, like you say, from these refugees, which they're then repopulating the resort with.
Yeah, because obviously they're going to run out
eventually.
All
these rich people can come and shoot them.
Yeah.
Now, I really like that idea.
Yeah.
I don't think it's being too harsh to say that's much too good an idea for this film.
Yeah, I agree. And it wasn't explored at all.
No, and that's the thing. It wasn't. It was like a 90-second bit of this film.
Yeah, and it's a real shame because it's a really clever idea.
Where you've got an idea, there's a real political allegory there.
Yeah.
For I don't want to get too deep, but especially with old fucking piss-eye tango monster who's the president of the United States at the minute with his sort of illegal camps in
piss-eye tango monster. That's brilliant.
I said I didn't want to get too serious, but he's got all his illegal refugee camps on the bloody American border.
Yeah.
I just thought, hang on, there's something more to this here. If you'd have really wanted to expand this, there's a great idea for a proper film here.
Yeah, agreed.
And somehow it's just stuck in this film.
But then once they get in there, they're kind of are instantly faced with some zombies, aren't they?
Yeah.
And obviously these zombies haven't gone through that cattle run, so they're fresh.
Yes.
These are new,
straight out of the refugee tent.
Yeah, fresh zombie. That little girl that we met earlier was there.
Yeah.
With her teddy bear. And there's loads more, and they're all really fast. They're proper speedy zombies. And they all manage to escape, and they trap them behind this door, which Mel and Archer hold shut.
They go back
the way they came.
So they retreat from this refugee bit. They go back into the room that the ceiling zombie dropped down from.
Yeah.
So Mel and Archer are
kind of holding the door shut.
But they're also coming from the other way.
Yeah.
From the oven bit. So they're kind of trapped in this little room.
Yeah.
The 3 of them.
But 2 of them, because Lewis...
It just fucking does one, doesn't he?
Leaves them both there. Gets out through the ceiling vent.
Yeah, goes up the zombie chain.
And just leaves them both there. I was like, wow, what a cunt.
Yeah, totally.
Mel kind of starts climbing up the chain to follow him, but Archer doesn't. He's trying to keep the door closed. And then he decides, no, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back into this room and just start shooting shit.
Yeah.
So
he's basically down to the last gun. He's got a handgun, yeah.
So I didn't get his thinking there. I know he was trying to die a hero.
At least try and go up the rope.
Yeah, exactly. No, he just ran into the room where they'd just come from and started shooting.
Starts firing.
That was the last time we see him.
16 minutes left.
Yeah, 16 minutes to brimstone. And Mel gets to kind of like a spa area. I feel like that's what it was.
It's back in the reception.
Back in the resort hotel bit. It was like a There was like a health spa type of place. But that's been completely overrun by zombies as well.
Yeah.
The whole island's just fucked. And Lewis comes back in and
Yeah.
meets her there, but he's also been bitten.
He has. He's had nibbled.
Nibbled, yeah. He's not in a good way.
No.
Nibbled.
Well, he's not got
by
chunk.
a zombie.
Yeah, he's not got a chunk out of him, has he? He's got
a bit in his forearm.
Yeah, he's got a proper bite mark, but he's not like missing an arm or anything.
Yeah, so
Flesh wound.
Mel can't shoot him, so she decides, just give him the gun. So she gives him the gun so he can shoot himself.
Yeah.
Which is what's implied.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of implied he's too much of a coward to even do that.
Yeah.
Because he kind of puts the gun to his chin.
Yeah.
But then the door opens and
all the zombies
come flooding in. So Mel runs the other way.
She grabs another gun.
She takes another gun, which happens to be on the floor.
Yeah.
And suddenly she gets pulled into...
like a room?
A room.
Like an office?
And it's Valerie from
the
the
start. I'd completely forgotten about.
Me too.
I was like, oh yeah, her. I remember her now.
So she's been holed up in her office this whole time.
Yeah.
And she says, whoa, don't shoot me, I'm normal,
yeah.
I'm not a zombie.
And Mel is not happy. She calls her an animal.
She says, you're worse than those out there. How dare you run this? What kind of operation is this?
Yeah, exactly. Which is fair.
Yeah.
Because it's like, because obviously Mel now knows what's been going on with the refugees and everything. And she tells her to go fuck herself, which I thought was quite funny. And Valerie gets eaten by all these zombies. And Mel just legs it. So the zombies get in the room, don't they?
Yeah, and again, specifically that same zombie gets her from earlier on.
Yeah. And then Brimstone executes.
Yeah.
The timer runs down. And you see Mel running across the beach. She's now on her own. It's just her left.
Yeah, so she goes out of one final door. She goes up like a tunnel.
Yeah.
Sort of, and she surfaces.
Yeah.
To again sort of wasteland type thing.
Yeah. And there's loads following her. There's like hundreds, thousands probably, of zombies chasing after her.
And you can see she's just legging it to a cliff.
Yeah.
And she's just going to jump off the island.
It looks like it, yeah. And then all of a sudden, just before she jumps, all these planes fly over.
Yeah.
Like really fast fighter jets fly over. And the island starts exploding behind her.
So she is literally... I'm assuming she's a fairly average...
Yeah.
Young woman.
Yeah.
But not like...
Relatively fit.
An Olympic athlete or anything. She is running between missiles.
Yeah, she is. She's dodging them.
Missiles are dropping around her.
Yeah.
And detonating. And she is managing to dodge them.
She dodged all of them. The whole island's on fire.
I know.
And she manages to jump off this
cliff. How big a hole a missile was going to make?
Quite big. Big crater.
No, she steps around them.
Yeah, just around them. So she jumps off this cliff and lands in the sea.
Yeah.
And there's some helicopters circling around her. Yeah. Obviously looking for survivors.
Do you think the zombies would have followed her?
Yes.
Yeah. You don't see any of that either.
No.
None of them make it.
They're not going to just... Oh, no, I'm not going in that water. It'll be cold. No, we don't see any more zombies. But you just see the whole island on fire behind her. It's quite a good visual, to be fair. And there's like helicopters circling.
Yeah. And there's a boat just over her shoulder as well.
Yeah, there is. And then this news report comes on again that we'd seen from earlier on. And it said that it's been 3 weeks since the resort was exploded.
Yeah, which doesn't come up on screen this time.
No, it doesn't. The news report says it, which I liked. And it says Melanie Gibbs has been named as the only survivor, but then you see Archer sitting in the bar on his own. Yeah,
and they do say, don't they? They say, she's named as the only the only survivor, and that word has got out about
what was happening.
About the whole racket they had set up because she passed this evidence over.
Yeah.
So there's investigations going on and all that sort of thing.
Then you see Archer sitting in a bar, so
watching this news report.
So she's obviously not the only survivor.
How the hell has he escaped?
God knows. I have no idea. He had one little handgun and a room full of zombies.
And he was going back down.
Yeah, but he somehow.
That is up there with how did Dolph Lundgren get off that submarine a few weeks ago. In Blackwater.
Yeah, that's very true. And then the news report ends with the woman's talking about this refugee camp, and she hears some like noises behind her as she's talking.
So she's kind of on higher ground, isn't she?
She's above.
On a sort of ridge.
Yeah.
And there's the beach below her.
Yeah.
Which is the same, I guess, the same place where she did the news report from at the start of the film.
I think it's the same news report.
So she's off. So you can see the resort in the distance.
And the sea and the beach
into
below
shore.
her.
And loads of zombies come running out of the sea.
Pile out of the sea. So they did all get off the island and they've just walked onto the ocean.
Onto the beach.
Yeah.
There's loads of screaming and stuff behind her.
Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah.
End of film. Thoughts?
This was absolutely stupid.
It was really stupid.
But it was better than I thought it was.
It was not unentertaining. It was quite fun.
There's loads of issues with it.
Oh, yeah, loads. Loads and loads.
It's some of the worst acting we've seen.
Yeah, it's up there. Like you said earlier, the guy who played Lewis was awful. Like, really awful.
Oh, that was so one-dimensional as well.
Yeah, it was.
There's
no build. Yeah, no build to his character. No,
probably had 4 lines, and it was just token.
Considering he's supposed to be like the main character's fiance, there was nothing to him.
Dougray Scott absolutely phoned this in.
Completely phoned it in. There was he didn't do anything.
And I didn't dislike the main character, the actress Jessica Van der Houw or
something like that.
Might have played for Man United. But it didn't particularly come across that she was in great
Jessica
danger.
Gouw. No, she never looked like she was too worried, even though she should have been because everybody else was dying around her.
But there's something about it.
Yeah, it had a charm.
That is like, it knows it's stupid.
Yeah.
It doesn't always look great.
The whole thing with Sadie was just, she just died. As soon as they found that out, she just died.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't explored at all. Yeah,
you're off.
You're off now.
You're dead.
Yeah, and they needed Jack to expose that bit, and then he just died. And
yeah.
It was like all these characters were there just to forward the story.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they were finished, they just got killed off. I hesitate to say it was a lot like Jurassic Park because it's nowhere near in that level, but the story's very similar.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily mind when films, you take that from something else.
You've got an idea there.
I'm doing Jurassic Park, but I'm doing it with zombies.
It's exactly what it was. It's like I'm doing Home Alone, but I'm doing it in a school.
Yeah.
We've watched a lot of classic films get remade.
It doesn't mean you still can't do a version of it well.
No.
And this isn't done well, but it's kind of fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. For an hour and a half, it's entertainment. If you like a zombie film, you're going to enjoy it. There's loads of zombies in it. They eat lots of people. That's what zombies do.
And the makeup for the zombies was good. I that was a lot better than I was expecting.
It was. It was almost on Walking Dead.
I thought this was going to be like 3rd, 4th rate stuff.
Yeah.
And it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And I really like that idea at the end. That whole like we're farming refugees.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
That is quite clever, actually. That's like you say. There's a more interesting movie based on that whole thing.
Yeah, agreed. This probably where it should have started
because there's some real stuff you could explore there.
Yeah,
and this isn't the movie to do it in, but
no, there's not.
But it had some quite cool bits in it.
Yeah, there was some nice little set pieces, and I had no issue with it. It was all right. It was nowhere near as good as it could have been, but it was all right.
Yeah, no, that's quite interesting. Nowhere near as good as it could have been, yet somehow better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
I think I would say.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yet no one stood out.
No, it's weird, isn't it? When films like this sometimes you'll get a really entertaining film that's fun to watch.
Yeah.
But then when you talk about it, there's nothing good to say about it. And it's really, I've noticed it a lot while we've been doing this show, and it is really weird.
Apart from, like I say, that idea about the refugee thing, there's not many positives in this because none of the action sequences are good.
No.
There's no real like standout gory deaths or anything or originality there either.
No.
There's nothing here you've not seen before.
No.
But if you're going to fill 90 minutes, it's all right. I've seen loads of worse zombie films. The Cured is a much worse zombie film. Much worse than this.
Much worse. And it's a similar sort of premise. It's like the world rebuilding after zombies.
Yeah.
Similar idea. And The Cured is an awful film.
Give me the fun stuff like this rather than that sort of dour
dredging
thing.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's much better than The Cured. Check out our episode on The Cured, but don't check out the film.
I think probably of the films we've watched so far that this put me most in mind of was probably something like Bait, where it's just that stupid
survival
B-movie
drama.
Yeah.
It's not a bad shout, actually. Bait finished quite high up in season 1.
Yeah.
So
I'm not sure this will be that high. Let's have a look.
Have you got a trivia question for me?
I have, yeah. So before all this kicked off, at the pre-party the night before, night before they went zombie hunting, can you tell me what cocktails Lewis and Mel were enjoying?
What, is it mentioned? Or have I just got to recognise
I
them?
believe it is mentioned. They both had the same thing.
Margarita?
Is that your final answer?
That's my guess, yeah.
No.
Oh, what was it?
Mojito.
Oh, I was close. I said an M. Oh, I've lost track of the score. Is it 4?
You're winning 4-2.
4-2. Okay, so to pull it back to 4-3, can you tell me the name of the charity that was running the refugees?
I thought you would say it might be that. Hope.
My face is giving nothing away.
So this is the refugee...
Yeah, it's like a charity, isn't it? It's running the refugee camp.
Hope to... Am I close?
Not giving anything away.
Hope to Home or something like that?
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
No.
What was it?
It was Hope for You.
Oh, no.
Very close, but no cigar.
Half a point there, surely.
No, we don't do halves. That brings us to the stream table.
I feel like I'm closing in on you.
Do you? You feel like you're getting closer? Should we look at the stream table, Nick?
Yeah, let's do it. I'd suggest we probably don't need to worry the top half of it.
Really? What sort of area do you think we're looking at? Where do you want me to read? We've got another zombie film in there. Office Uprising's at 6.
Okay. It's not...
Start there?
Yeah, okay. Go from there down.
Okay, so Office Uprising is 6. It's not Trouble in That.
No.
No.
Not for me.
Miracle Mile is at 7.
It's not Trouble in That.
It's not Trouble in That. Burning Sands is at 8.
It's not Trouble in That for me.
Emo the Musical at number 9.
It's below Emo the Musical for me.
We can't be stuck around Emo the Musical all the time. Christmas Break-In, number 10.
Maybe I'm still high on Christmas, but I don't think it. I don't think it gets that high either.
The Clapper, number 11.
I would probably have it above The Clapper.
Between Christmas Break-In and The Clapper.
Yeah. How about yourself?
That's a tough one. You're right. It isn't as good as Office Uprising, Miracle Mile, or Burning Sands. Yeah, I think you might be right. I mean, Emo the Musical and Christmas Break-In are right there together, and they're really weird, chintzy family films.
Yes.
And The Clapper's pure garbage. I feel like it should maybe go... I enjoyed it more than I think I enjoyed Christmas Break-In.
Yeah, I could just be prepared to listen to that argument.
But I don't want us to be completely stuck around Emo the Musical like we have been for the last 4 weeks now. We're
just in a bit of a patch
where
they've not been great
mid-table dirge,
but they've not been awful.
So you want it under Christmas Break-In?
I think so. Yeah, for me,
I will take that. I'm happy to put it there. I think it should maybe be a little bit higher, but we'll put it there.
Which I think they're not dissimilar because they're both they're completely dissimilar films, but in the way that I feel about them, because they're both bad films.
Yeah,
but they had little bits in them that were quite
entertaining,
germs of a bit of a good idea,
which The Clapper didn't have.
No.
Emo the Musical had that as well. It was a decent film, but it was trouble. There was trouble.
Songs.
Yeah, Burning Sands was a good film, but was really hard to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We'll put it between Christmas Break-In and The Clapper.
So what number's that?
11.
11.
That's lower than I was expecting it to end up.
Was that 11 out of 15? Was this episode 15?
15, yeah.
I think I'm comfortable with that.
Okay. I still think Burning Sands is maybe a little bit too high. We'll get there. We've got 10 episodes left in the season.
I know.
How quick is it going?
I know, really
it's
quick.
So scary. That just leaves us to bring on next week's film.
Yes.
You ready?
I sure am.
I will open the randomizer, which will randomise next week's film. Don't forget, if you join the Patreon and you come in at level 10, you can see this long list of films. We're going to publish it for the first time ever.
I know.
We need to audit it before we do that.
Especially if there's loads of stuff coming off on New Year's Day.
Yeah, I think there's 150 films left on New Year's Day. That's a lot.
They're leaving?
Yeah.
Well, there should be some good ones coming on then.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Right. Are you ready for me to press this button?
Yes, sure am.
It has picked a film called Small Crimes.
Okay.
Ever heard of it?
Means nothing to me.
Okay, let me just look it up. It says, a disgraced former cop, fresh off a 6-year prison sentence for attempted murder, returns home looking for redemption, but winds up trapped in the mess he left behind.
Ooh.
Stars Nicolás Costa-Valdo.
From Game of Thrones.
Jamie Lannister. Also stars Robert Forster, who passed away recently. He was the guy from Breaking Bad.
The Fixer.
Yeah, the Fixer guy. Do you want to watch the trailer?
Yeah, let's do it.
So what do you think, Joe?
I don't think that's for me to say. Second chance. I mean, it's a nice idea, but I made terrible choices. I drove my family away. I hurt people. I can't do anything about before that's done. I can show people I've changed.
Would you like to take communion before you go?
Oh, no, I'm good.
What are your plans for work? We don't want things going back to how they were.
Joe motherfucking Benton. Scotty, look at you. Clean slate, huh? Oh, yeah. And I'm ready to move ahead with a good life. Whoa.
Oh.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but you're on the hook here, Joey. Manny's got to go.
Old man's craving salvation by way of confession. But I paid my time. I just want everything to stay in the past.
You left Phil breathing all those years ago, or it wouldn't be a problem now. The way I see it, it's your mess.
Now, you fix it, or I'll assume that we're at odds.
It's happening all over again. That prosecutor is gonna give me the death penalty.
Back then, was there ever any talk about what happened maybe wasn't an accident?
Hey, fellas!
You are not welcome here.
Your first night home, you're out till dawn.
It's impossible to you that I might have changed.
Have you changed?
We're not defined by our past.
Second chance. Why not?
Sometimes the trailer's on for so long that you don't feel like you need to watch the film anymore.
I know. It looks very different to an all-inclusive zombie-killing holiday.
It does, definitely.
That's what I love about this show.
Yep, it's so different every week. Could have a kids' film the week after for all we know. Yeah, so go out and watch Small Crimes, and we'll come back next week and we'll talk to you about that.
Cheers.
Thanks, bye.